I stood at the altar with a smile that hurt my face. "You look beautiful," my aunt whispered, squeezing my arm. I nodded, because speaking felt dangerous. My throat was tight, and my hands were cold inside Daniel's grip. "Do you want to do this?" I whispered to him without turning my head. He didn't answer. He stared straight ahead like I wasn't there. "Daniel," I tried again, softer. "Stand still," he said under his breath. "People are watching." My father cleared his throat behind me. "This is for the best," he murmured. "Don't embarrass us." I wanted to laugh. I wanted to scream. Instead, I smiled wider. The priest began to speak, but his words blurred. My mind kept repeating one thought. I never chose this. I felt Daniel's hand around mine, firm but empty. It felt like being held by a wall. "Remember what we discussed," my father whispered. "Endure it." I swallowed. "I am enduring," I whispered back. From the corner of my eye, I saw Emily. She sat in the second row, calm, elegant, wearing a soft smile meant only for Daniel. When his eyes finally moved, they didn't find me. They found her. My chest tightened. "Do you take this woman," the priest said, "to be your lawfully wedded wife?" Daniel answered quickly. "I do." No pause. No doubt. I wondered if he practiced saying it. "And do you?" the priest said, turning to me. My mouth opened. No sound came out. "Say it," my father whispered sharply. I looked at Daniel. He still wasn't looking at me. "I do," I said finally. My voice sounded far away. Emily's smile didn't change, but her eyes did. They shone like she had won something. As rings were placed on our fingers, Daniel leaned closer. "Don't misunderstand," he said quietly. "This means nothing." My breath hitched. "Then why marry me?" "You were convenient," he said. "That's all." The priest declared us husband and wife. Applause filled the room. It felt wrong, like clapping at a funeral. "Smile," Daniel muttered. "At least pretend." "I am pretending," I said. "I've been pretending my whole life." He finally looked at me then. His eyes were cold. "Get used to it." When the ceremony ended, people rushed toward us with congratulations. "You make such a perfect couple," someone said. "You must be so happy." "Yes," I replied automatically. "Very happy." Emily approached. "Congratulations," she said gently. "I hope you'll take good care of him." I met her eyes. "I hope he lets me." Her smile tightened. "He knows what he wants." Daniel stepped forward. "Emily," he said softly, with a warmth I had never heard. "Thank you for coming." "Of course," she replied. "I wouldn't miss this." I felt invisible. "Pictures," the photographer called. Daniel placed his hand on my waist. It was light, almost reluctant. "Just get through this," he whispered. "That's what they all said," I replied. The camera flashed. Again and again. Each click felt like a door closing. When it was over, Daniel dropped my hand immediately. No warning. No glance. The space between us felt louder than any noise in the room. I stood there alone, holding a ring that felt heavier than chains, finally understanding the truth. This marriage was not a beginning. It was my prison. My mother touched my veil. "You did well," she said quietly. "Now don't make trouble." "I didn't make this," I said. She avoided my eyes. "That's enough." Daniel's mother stepped in next. "We expect respect," she said. "No drama. No complaints." I nodded. "Of course." Daniel leaned close once more. "We'll talk later," he said. "Rules will be clear." "Rules?" I asked. He straightened. "You'll learn." Music started playing again. Laughter rose around me. I felt like I was underwater, hearing everything but feeling nothing. I looked at Daniel's empty hand, then at mine. I understood everything. "Are you okay?" Sophia whispered from the aisle. I met her eyes. "No," I said honestly. She squeezed my fingers. "I'm here." I nodded once. I didn't know how long I would survive this, but I knew one thing. I would remember this moment forever. This was the day I disappeared. Living with Daniel feels like sharing a house with someone who hates my presence. You're home late, I say one night, standing in the kitchen. It's none of your business, he replies, loosening his tie. We're married, I say quietly. Only on paper, he answers, walking past me. I hear his phone ring every night. He always steps away. One evening, I ask, who keeps calling you? Work, he says too fast. At midnight. He stops and turns. Stop asking questions. Later, I hear his voice through the door. I miss you, he whispers. My heart pounds. I press closer. I know, a woman says softly. I recognize Emily's voice instantly. I can't leave yet, Daniel says. Just wait. I am waiting, she replies, but not forever. I step back, my legs shaking. So that's it, I whisper to myself. I'm the delay. At breakfast, Daniel scrolls his phone. Did you sleep well? I ask. He doesn't look up. Fine. I didn't, I say. He shrugs. That's not my problem. Margaret watches me closely. A wife should know how to keep her husband interested, she says sharply. I try, I reply. Trying isn't enough, she snaps. He wouldn't wander if you were better. I bite my lip. He was never mine. Margaret slams her cup down. Don't say such things. I call my father later. He doesn't talk to me. I say. Be patient, he replies. Marriage is sacrifice. I'm disappearing, I whisper. You're being dramatic, he says. Endure it. That night, Daniel doesn't come home. I sit on the couch talking to myself. Maybe tomorrow, I murmur. Maybe he'll see me. The door opens near dawn. Where were you? I ask. He sighs. I stayed at a friend's place. Which friend? He glares. You don't get to interrogate me. I follow him. Do you love her? He freezes. You shouldn't say that name. So it's true, I say. He turns slowly. You knew from the start. I thought marriage meant something, I say. It means stability, he replies. Not love. A few days later, I hear voices in the garden. I stop near the window. I hate lying to her, Daniel says. Emily laughs softly. Then don't. I can't leave yet, he replies. She's temporary. Temporary. The word slices through me. So you'll come to me soon? Emily asks. Yes, he says. I promise. I cover my mouth to stay silent. Inside, something breaks without noise. At dinner, I say, am I temporary? Daniel stiffens. What did you hear? Answer me, I say. He exhales. Don't push. So it's true, I whisper. Margaret looks between us. What nonsense is this? Ask your son, I say. Daniel stands. Enough. I stare at him. I gave you everything. You gave me nothing I wanted, he replies coldly. I nod slowly. Then I understand. He frowns. Understand what? Why I feel so empty, I say. That night, I sit alone in the dark. I was never chosen, I whisper. I was only used. My chest aches, but my tears won't fall. Somewhere inside me, a quiet crack spreads wider, changing me forever. Stop pretending, I said, blocking the doorway. I know everything. Daniel looked tired, not guilty. Move, he said. Tell me the truth, I demanded. He laughed softly. You finally grew a spine. Do you love her? I asked. Yes, he replied without hesitation. My knees felt weak. Then why keep me here? He stared at me. Because you're useful. Useful? I repeated. You keep the house quiet. You make my parents happy, he said. Be grateful. Grateful? My voice shook. You cheated on me. I married you, he snapped. That alone deserves gratitude. I felt something tear inside me. You destroyed me. You were broken before me, he replied. I just didn't fix you. I stepped back. I gave up everything. No one asked you to, he said coldly. Did you ever care? I whispered. Don't ask questions you can't handle, he said. I laughed suddenly. I endured everything. And that's your role, he replied. Endure quietly. I couldn't breathe. I'm not an object. Tonight you are, he said. Now move. I turned and walked out into the rain. I hope you're happy, I said. I will be, he replied, closing the door. The street spun around me. Stay awake, I told myself. Just walk. My phone slipped from my hand. I didn't pick it up. I woke up to bright lights. She's conscious, a voice said. Where am I? I asked weakly. In the hospital, a nurse replied. You collapse. Did anyone come? I asked. She hesitated. Not yet. Hours passed. No footsteps. No voice calling my name. I whispered. Figures. A doctor checked my chart. Severe exhaustion, he said. You pushed too hard. I didn't push, I replied. I endured. Family, he asked. I shook my head. They're busy. My father called once. You scared us, he said. Did you call Daniel? I asked. He said you were being dramatic, my father replied. I closed my eyes. Of course. Night came again. I stared at the ceiling. Why did I obey? I asked myself. Because you wanted love, I answered quietly. I remembered every command, every silence, every moment I swallowed pain. I erased myself, I whispered. The nurse returned. Try to rest, she said. Will I be okay? I asked. She smiled gently. Only you can decide that. I thought of Daniel's words. Useful, temporary, grateful. Something inside me went still. If I survive this, I whispered into the dark, I will never live for them again. No angels appeared. No miracle happened. Only clarity. I wasn't weak. I was trained to obey. I pressed my hand to my chest. I choose myself, I said softly. The pain didn't vanish, but the fear did. For the first time, I wasn't begging to be loved. I was waking up. I'm leaving, I said quietly, folding my clothes into a small bag. Daniel laughed from the doorway. You won't last a week. I'm not asking, I replied. You always ask, he said. That's who you are. Not anymore, I said, zipping the bag. He crossed his arms. Where will you go? Somewhere I can breathe, I answered. You're being ridiculous, he said. You'll come back. I looked at him. No, I won't. Margaret stormed in. What is this behavior? She snapped. I'm leaving, I repeated. You're selfish, she said. You think only of yourself. For the first time, I said calmly, yes. My father called as I stepped outside. Have you lost your mind? He shouted. I found it, I replied. You're destroying your marriage, he said. It was already destroyed, I answered. Go back, he ordered. I can't, I said softly. I won't survive. You're weak, he said. I was obedient, I replied. There's a difference. The door closed behind me. The silence felt heavy but clean. I whispered, just keep walking. Sophia met me at the bus stop. You did it, she said. I'm terrified, I admitted. She hugged me. You're brave. I don't feel brave, I said. Courage feels like fear, she replied. That night, I lay on her couch. What if I fail? I asked. Then you try again, she said. But you won't fail living honestly. The next morning, I went to a small office. We need help, the receptionist said. I need help too, I replied. Dr. Blake smiled gently. Tell me why you're here. I left, I said. And I don't know who I am. That's a beginning, he replied. I found a tiny apartment with cracked walls and loud pipes. It's perfect, I told Sophia. She laughed. It's yours. At my new job, my manager asked, can you start tomorrow? Yes, I said quickly. You're eager, she noted. I'm hungry, I replied. Daniel texted. You'll regret this. I didn't answer. Margaret sent a message. You embarrassed us. I deleted it. My father called again. People are talking, he warned. Let them, I said. One evening, I sat alone on the floor. I'm scared, I whispered. But I'm standing, I added. Sophia called. How is today? I earned my first paycheck, I said. I'm proud of you, she replied. I am too, I said, surprised. Dr. Blake asked later. What did you learn this week? I can survive discomfort, I said. And he asked. I can choose myself, I replied. I unpacked slowly. Each plate felt like a victory. Each quiet night felt earned. I said to my reflection, you didn't run. You walked. The fear didn't disappear, but my voice grew louder. And for the first time, it answered back. I met Liam at a small cafe, nervously stirring my coffee. Mind if I sit? He asked. Sure, I said, not expecting him to stay long. He smiled warmly. You seem different. I like that. Different? I asked. You're not pretending to be someone else, he said. It's refreshing. I laughed softly. I've had enough of pretending. Good, he replied. Neither of us needs that here. We talked for hours, not about my marriage, not about Daniel. I work in design, he said. It's chaotic, but I love it. That sounds nice, I said. I meant it, he said, eyes bright. And you? What do you do? I hesitated. I'm starting fresh. Just me for now. He nodded. That's brave. Days turned into weeks. I found comfort in our conversations, in the quiet moments where no one demanded my obedience. You've changed, Liam said one morning. You're a lighter. I am, I admitted. I'm learning who I am, finally. Meanwhile, I heard whispers of Daniel's world unraveling. Emily had left, tired of his lies. My mother is furious, Margaret screamed at him over the phone. How could this happen? I smiled quietly to myself. Karma wasn't loud, but it was moving. I didn't feel glee. I felt freedom. They don't control me anymore, I whispered to Liam one evening. He reached for my hand. You never did, he said softly. I laughed. I let them think they did. Does it feel good? It feels like breathing, I admitted. At work, I started designing a small space for myself. Liam offered help. We'll make it perfect, he said. Perfect doesn't matter, I replied. I just want it mine. One night, we sat on my balcony. Do you miss him? Liam asked cautiously. Miss him? I laughed softly. No. I survived him. That's powerful, he said. I remembered Daniel's cold words, Emily's soft smiles, Margaret's constant criticism. None of it mattered now. I could live, breathe, and think for myself. You've become unstoppable, Liam whispered. I don't feel unstoppable, I said. I feel free. Reports came through the grapevine. Daniel's company suffered. Emily had moved away. Margaret's influence waned. I didn't celebrate. I simply acknowledged the shift. Life finds a way, I whispered. Liam leaned closer. I'm glad I met you. Me too, I said. In his presence, I laughed again, something I hadn't done in years. You sound happy, he noted. I am, I said firmly. I realized I didn't need revenge or closure or Daniel's apology. I only needed myself. And I have me, I said aloud, feeling strength in my own words. We watched the city lights together, side by side, no pretense, no fear. It's beautiful, Liam said softly. Yes, I replied. And it's mine to enjoy. For the first time, I didn't feel like a victim. I felt alive. I didn't need anyone to rescue me. I had learned to save myself. And that realization, quiet but unshakable, was more powerful than any victory over them. I smiled at Liam. I think this is the life I was meant to have. And I'm glad you're living it, he said. The night was calm. The world was wide. And for once, I could breathe without fear. The doorbell rang, and my heart skipped. I wasn't expecting anyone, especially not him. Daniel? I whispered, moving to the door. He stood there, smaller somehow, shoulders slumped. Can we talk? He asked. I crossed my arms. Talk. After everything? I made a mistake, he said, voice low. I shouldn't have let you go. I laughed bitterly. A mistake? You used me, ignored me, lied to me, and that's a mistake. I didn't know what I had, he said quickly. I see it now. You see it now? I echoed. Do you think saying that undoes years of pain? I'm sorry, he said. Truly. I studied him. He looked desperate, vulnerable in a way I hadn't seen before. But I didn't feel sorry. Not for him. Why are you here? I asked. Because I need you to know, he replied. I can't live without you. I shook my head. That's convenient. It's not love. It's regret. He took a step forward. It's more than that. Stop, I interrupted.
Don't speak.
Not yet. I felt calm, strange in its steadiness. I had grown stronger since walking away. I didn't need him to apologize to feel whole. Do you forgive me? He asked, eyes pleading. I tilted my head. Forgive you? Maybe. But forgiveness isn't for you. It's for me. He faltered. I don't understand. You'll never understand, I said firmly. I've learned to put myself first. I've learned to respect my own heart. And right now, my heart doesn't belong to you. His face fell. You're serious? I am, I said calmly. I've rebuilt my life. I've discovered who I am without you controlling me. I'm free, Daniel. I don't need you. But I can change, he whispered. I'll do anything. No, I said firmly, stepping closer. Don't. I don't want anything from you. I want myself. And I'm not giving that up for anyone, not even you. He lowered his gaze. I could see the regret etching lines across his face. I lost you, he said softly. I left myself behind once, I whispered. I won't do it again. I won't lose me for anyone. He looked small, desperate. I never realized. Realization doesn't repair years of silence and betrayal, I said. It doesn't change the pain you caused or the life I reclaimed. I thought I could have both, he admitted. You and everything else. You chose poorly, I said simply. I chose me. That's the difference. He swallowed hard. Please, just one chance. No, I said calm but firm. This isn't about spite or revenge. This is about clarity. I know my worth now, and I won't let anyone diminish it again. His shoulders slumped, eyes downcast. I realized then that my silence, my refusal, hurt him more than shouting ever could. I didn't need to argue. I didn't need to beg. My calm certainty was enough. I see, he said finally. I understand. You should, I replied. Because now you face the consequences of your choices and I don't. I've already walked away from them. He looked at me, defeated, silent. I didn't soften. I didn't smile. I simply stood there, fully myself, fully present. Goodbye, Daniel, I said. He nodded once, voice barely audible. Goodbye. I closed the door slowly, and the weight lifted. No anger, no resentment, only clarity. I had chosen me. I had chosen my life. And the peace I felt in that moment was more satisfying than any revenge could ever be. I whispered to myself, I am enough. I am free. I am whole. And for the first time in years, I truly believed it. I stood by the window, phone in my hand, and said softly, I used to think I was the problem. Sophia laughed gently. You were never the problem. You were just surrounded by the wrong people. I believed every word they said. I replied. I thought endurance was love. It was control, she said firmly. I nodded. I see that now. Liam walked in with 2 cups of tea. Thinking again, he asked. I'm remembering, I said. He handed me a cup. Does it hurt? Not anymore, I answered honestly. I looked around my apartment. This place is small, I said, smiling. But it's yours, Liam replied. That's why it feels big, I said. Sophia leaned closer. Do you ever wonder what they think now? I shrugged. Sometimes. And, she asked. And it doesn't matter, I replied. I remembered the girl I used to be. I was quiet, I said. Always waiting for permission. You were scared, Sophia said. Yes, I agreed. But not weak. Liam nodded. You survived something that would have crushed others. I survived because I walked away, I said. My phone buzzed. A message from my father. Are you happy now? He asked. I stared at the screen. I am, I typed back. Sophia watched me. No anger? No, I said. I'm done carrying it. I sat down and spoke out loud, mostly to myself. I didn't lose a husband. I lost a cage. Liam smiled. That's the clearest truth you've said. I remembered Daniel's face when I closed the door. He looked shocked, I said quietly. He thought you'd stay, Sophia replied. He thought wrong, I said. I took a deep breath. I used to beg to be chosen. And now? Liam asked. Now I choose myself, I answered. The silence felt warm, not empty. I said, I don't hate them. You don't need to, Sophia said. They taught me something. I continued. What? She asked. That love without respect is not love, I said. Liam reached for my hand. You're different now. I'm honest now, I replied. I looked at my reflection in the glass. I like her, I said softly. Sophia smiled. I always did. I thought about revenge, about winning. I didn't win by hurting anyone, I said. You won by leaving, Liam replied. Yes, I said. By choosing peace. My phone buzzed again. A message from an unknown number. I hope you're well, it read. I deleted it without replying. Sophia raised an eyebrow. No curiosity. No, I said. I already know the ending. I stood up straighter. I'm not afraid anymore. Liam squeezed my hand. You shouldn't be. I walked to the door, opened it, and let the evening air in. This is my life, I said. Sophia laughed. It suits you. I closed my eyes for a moment. I was never unlovable, I whispered. Liam said quietly, You were just in the wrong hands. I opened my eyes and smiled. And now, I said, I'm exactly where I belong.